Hello my friends, it's Gabriel with the Last Huntsman channel here, and today I got another knife review here that I'm actually pretty excited to do because I really liked the original version of this, and now they came out with a smaller one, and the knife I'm talking about is the Tops Silent Hero 4. Let's check this knife out. Got the Tops Silent Hero 4. We're going to try to do some feather sticks here. Now this knife thus far has been a very slicey knife. I actually really like it. I've been EDCing it lately just to kind of see how it feels. And I like the size. It's about the same size as the Becker BK18, exception for it's 1/8 instead of 5/32. And it has a high saber grind, which for this knife works out really good. Alright, so when we're talking about the Tops Silent Hero 4, you can't really mention the Tops Silent Hero 4 without bringing up the original Mac Daddy Tops Silent Hero. And this knife instantly caught my attention when I seen it years ago. I remember when this first came out, you couldn't hardly get these. Like, they sold out fast. And I struggled to even find one for a while, and then I finally got it, and it's been one of my favorite knives for quite some time. And I even liked it so much that I even had Yellowhawk Kydex commission a nice, really nice kydex sheath for it. So, you know, this has been in my loadout for quite a while. But more recently, Tops released the Silent Hero 4, which is obviously, as the name implies, a 4-inch version of it. And it's a lot thinner, it's a lot smaller, it's only 1/8 inch. But this knife, when it came out, it did the same. It caught my attention a lot just because I liked the full-size version so much that I decided I had to get the small one. Another task I'm going to try with the Silent Hero 4 is this thing has just a lot of belly to it, and it kind of makes me really want to take it out hunting this year just to see how well it does some field dressing and skinning and stuff like that. But this thing just glides right through that wood, and has a broad sweeping blade, which, as you guys may know, I like broad sweeping blades. That's pretty neat, really. But this thing doesn't only feel like it's a great little I would say EDC tactical knife, but this thing actually performs really great out here in the bush. I surprisingly like that really deep guard on it too. It just locks in your hand and it's not going nowhere. Alright, so the Silent Hero 4 has roughly a 4-inch blade. I would say overall length it's about an 8-inch or so. I'll link the specs in the video chat. I don't have them on hand. I know it's roughly about an eighth of an inch thick, but we'll just kind of compare it to the original Silent Hero. Obviously, the original Silent Hero is a much larger blade, but this is more of like a survival knife type of size, and the other one is kind of meant for at least as I see it, kind of more of like the smaller, lighter backpacking knife, or as I like to carry it, as like a fixed blade EDC knife, which I think is a strong suit for this knife. So we'll move on to something else as well, is the sheath. Now I will have to say I have really been impressed with the newer sheath options that Tops Knives is coming out with. Alright, just real quick, so you know, it kind of covers any questions here. The way I carry a fixed blade knife, or the Tops Silent Hero 4 in this case, is I'll put either like a clip or a belt loop on the outside of the knife, put it underneath my belt, and then it's quick and easy to access. Another test I'm going to try with the Silent Hero 4, I'm going to just do some batoning. Now, this is only a 4-inch blade, so you're not going to do anything real crazy with it. But being Tops and being solid 295, it'll handle pretty much anything within its size range that you can throw at it. It's probably about the biggest you'd want to try to do. It'll do it all day long. Alright, so one con with the Tops Silent Hero, and this is pretty common with all Tops knives really, so it's nothing particular with this one, but it doesn't, I mean, it almost half acts like it wants to do a 90-degree spine, but it's not quite there. And while, you know, I don't think that's a deal breaker at all personally, because I have so many other tools, but I think that that would have been cool to see if this had a 90-degree spine, because this coating is pretty smooth and everything. That being said, you know, just in case, carry something that does, right? Alright, so another few tasks I'm going to try with the Tops Silent Hero 4 is I'm going to do some stabbing, a little bit of prying. I'm going to be kind of easy on it because it is only 1/8 of an inch thick. Some attitude readjustment and some combatives. And one of the things that I think that this knife would excel at is like a self-defensive EDC fixed blade. Not only does it have just the ergonomics and blade profile and such that would lend it well for that, but it also has a really deep guard in there, so like your hand is not slipping forward. Let's just test this out a little bit. Some stabbing task. Oh, yeah, that thing sinks in there very well. Little prying around action on it. Alright, let's try to see how much it can do an attitude readjustment. Oh yeah. It doesn't have any kind of a protruding pommel or anything like that, but just the shape of it can kind of dig in pretty good. Let's see how well it holds in hand as far as like a self-defensive knife. Tops Silent Hero 4, pretty quick in hand, and I'd say it's a solid choice if you were going to EDC this for not only a potential light survival knife, but also self-defensive knife. Well, my friends, my overall impressions of the Tops Silent Hero 4 is that I really like it. I think it's a awesome addition to Tops Knives lineup, and I think it's also kind of a neat sidekick to go along with your original Tops Silent Hero. It fits great in hand. especially when you grip it like so, but even doing a traditional hammer grip, it feels really good. Slices well. It does pretty much anything that this size knife, it does it well. So I would highly suggest getting one. I think even the sheath is pretty good right out of the box. So with all that being said, be prepared both physically and spiritually. God bless. Carry on.